grab a cup, maybe a mat, and while we sip our coffee or stretch, let's look at the results in your life that you would like to have go a different way. So pick some area of your life. Maybe you always find yourself in toxic relationships or within one relationship and you can't seem to shift the dynamics of that relationship, how close and connected you feel. Maybe it's in your personal life in terms of how happy you feel inside. You always struggle with anxiety or stress and overwhelm, or in your job. So pick one area of your life and let's look. Now I want you to think about what you know about computers. And believe me, what I know about computers is this much. But what I do know is computers have an operating system, right? So if you have a Mac and you have a PC, they run on two different operating systems. You can't take the system of a PC and run it on a Mac inherently. I know now we have the technology where they'll convert it and they'll talk to each other, but organically, inherently, what runs on a Mac is Mac language. It's an operating system that only Mac understands. What runs on a PC is an operating system that only the PC understands, and they don't really talk to each other. So computers are modeled really originally after the human brain. They're just taking the way the brain works and the way the neurology of the brain and the neurons fire and talk to each other and converted it into technology. So when you think of the concept of a PC and a Mac have two different operating systems, and one is not going to work on the other. It's the same thing for the human brain. You have a particular operating system. However your operating system is designed is going to be how you create your life. So if it's designed to be working hard, if the operating system has been created to see life as hard, to be stuck in an anxious mode and pattern, to be people-pleasing and overworking yourself, to anything like that, success, even money, it's all the same thing. The way that your operating system works is going to determine the results that you get in your life. You have to change the operating system, or you could think of it this way, a virus, a computer virus, right? If you have a computer and a virus gets loaded on, it's going to change how the computer works. It's not going to work anymore. It's not going to work the way you want it to work. Years ago, I remember if we had a virus, you had to take it to somebody and they would defrag it, get the fragments off of the virus. So the hardware, the actual computer is fine, but the virus, the software, is affecting how it performs. It's affecting the function. The hardware of an Apple is a particular hardware, and it only understands the software that it is matched up with. Same thing with a PC. So your software, there's nothing wrong with your brain and nervous system. So if you've been feeling like, because I did, and a lot of clients that I've had and people who follow me feel like there's something wrong. I feel broken. I feel like I can't get out of these patterns. There's nothing wrong with the hardware of you. The operating system that you have used to run your life is giving you a particular way of being. And the outcomes and the functions that you have are a result of that. Or you could look at it as a virus. A virus got downloaded into how you think, and that virus, until you defrag it, until you clear that virus and change out the software, put on new software, update the software, you're going to keep getting the same results. It's not possible to get it a different way, right? The computer can only do the functions of the language that it's reading. You can only create the results in your life of the software of how you think. The software of how you think, your operating system or your virus, if it's been a lot of not great results, a lot of things that you wish had gone differently, or your way of being in the world has been a struggle for most of your life, we'll call that a virus. Either way, the software or the virus has to get cleared off, and you need a new operating system, a clean software, if you want different results. And that's the best way to know is, well, what are the results in my life? If you do things that you think should get different results, you change partners, you change relationships, you change your job, you do some things to help take care of yourself better, but you still feel the same way, that's your clue. It's your operating system. It's a virus that's programmed how you think and feel. And that's why we call it rewiring your neural pathways. It's really very similar to clearing off and putting on a new operating system. In the work that I do with my clients, we do that rewiring. You have to do it consistently. There's no magic bullet. You have to do that work, just like you're never going to get your computer to work unless you take off that virus or that software, or you're never going to get your Mac to run, let's say Excel, because it's a PC thing, unless you put on the right software for them to talk to each other. It's just not possible. You can't do one if you're running something else. You can't get results for success, for happiness, for connection, if the program that you're running is, I'm not good enough, I need to protect myself, people hurt me, I'm not lovable, success isn't for me, it's for other people. If that's the program, no matter what you do, you're going to get the results for that. You've got to change out the program. So in the work that we do, we work on rewiring those neural pathways, changing the program. In human beings, it's more in depth than in a computer, as it should be, right? Computers were modeled after us, but I like to think that human beings are the ultimate creation. So it's a little bit more in depth. Besides how you think and those neural pathways, you have to change the emotions that go with them. You have to be responsible for your frequency and how you regulate your emotional state, your nervous system. Your nervous system really is the main operating system in the human body. So you have to get that nervous system programmed differently, just like the computer, right? You have to program your nervous system, which means how you think and feel. And you have to heal things that have happened in your past that have caused wounding, because the wounding is like a virus. The wounding creates the change in the function. If you're not healing that, if you think that you moved past it, you shoved it down, you're over it, you don't need to, just look at the results in your life, and that'll tell you whether that's worked or not. So healing the past wounding, getting the virus off, creating a new operating system, and being responsible for the nervous system and the emotions and all that go into that, that's going to be the answer to getting the results that you want. If you want more information about that, put chat in the comments, and I'll make sure that we connect so we can talk about what are the outcomes in your life you haven't gotten yet, and how would that look, okay?